A Zest for Life. Glendale's Angie Warfield checked a few items off her bucket list this summer when she traveled to Ireland to appear on the TV game show The Floor. Glendale resident Angie Warfield recently took part in a game show where the goal is to take over a dynamic floor one square at a time, a fitting metaphor for someone tackling her life one bucket list item at a time. Warfield will appear with 99 other participants on the second season of The Floor game show on the Fox network, premiering at 8 p.m. on Wednesday, September 25th. Filmed in Ireland and hosted by actor Rob Lowe, 100 contestants, each assigned a subject of expertise, stand in a square and have one-on-one trivia, duels, with the goal of taking over the challenger's square and subject of expertise, ultimately taking over all squares on the floor to win $250,000. Warfield, a literature and writing professor at St. Louis Community College Forest Park for nearly 18 years, said participating in the game show checked 3 items off her bucket list: being a contestant on a game show, meeting a member of the Brat Pack, and visiting Ireland. Yet the items on her original list didn't start out quite as grand. In the summer of 2011, Warfield and her only child Paige, now 17, went to see the movie Judy Moody and the Not Bummer Summer, in which the main character organizes a contest with her friends in which they each must do extraordinary things throughout the summer term. Thrill points. Wanting to make the summer fun for her and her daughter, Warfield said the movie gave them the idea to start a summer bucket list. When we think about bucket lists, we think of these massive, huge things, death-defying stuff like bungee jumping, ziplining, or climbing Machu Picchu. But I started to realize, to me, it was about getting out of my comfort zone and trying new things, said Warfield, who also owns a college consulting business called Compass Academics. Warfield, 51, who has struggled with anxiety, sometimes debilitating, since she was young, was purposeful about starting the list with simple activities such as learning how to play guitar and just trying new stuff. Gradually, those things would get a little better and more interesting, but I thought they were all accomplishable, all within the realm of possibility. It started as an outgrowth of that, she said. Warfield added that the list has also represented a way for her to be a role model for her daughter. Me modeling for her that, hey, I've got these issues, but I am always trying to work toward being a better person and not letting it define me, said Warfield, who has lived in Glendale for nearly 2 decades. With her comfort zone growing, so did her goals. The list soon morphed into a 50 before 50 bucket list. Warfield started checking more of her desired experiences off the list, including being on a radio show, which she accomplished in 2017 after participating and winning. Wait. Don't tell me! A weekly news quiz show on National Public Radio. With one of the items on her list being a participant on a game show, Warfield started the process of applying in 2022. She applied to open casting calls for many game shows and came close to being chosen for Lingo on the Game Show Network and Quiz with Balls on the Fox network. She finally made the cut for The Floor, after a 6-week process that involved several Zoom meetings with the casting department, including an audition with a mock game experience. Not knowing it was filmed in Ireland, Warfield soon realized her comfort zone would be tested exponentially. I did not know they filmed in Ireland when I applied. I thought it was LA. I've never been to the West Coast, that's a big enough change for me, she said. But then to find out it was in Europe, I was like, oh, great Scott. This summer, Warfield traveled to Dublin to film the show with her partner Mike, her daughter Paige, and her ex-husband. Despite all her fears about traveling and being in a different place, Warfield said she felt amazingly calm throughout the week-long experience. I just felt this incredible peace the entire time. I was just in the moment. I was so in the moment I hadn't had the time for that what-if monster to talk to me, she said. Longtime friend Cindy Ford said she wasn't surprised Warfield successfully made the journey to Ireland for the filming of The Floor. The cool thing about Angie is she has a zest for life. She wants to experience things and she's not afraid. Well, maybe she is afraid, but she does it anyway, said Ford, who has lived in Glendale for 25 years, just a few blocks from Warfield. Ford said seeing her friend go through the game show process was entertaining, especially watching her prepare after she was cast. Not only did she start studying trivia, which she likes anyway, but then she watched all the floor episodes in different languages, Ford said, noting the show as a franchise adapted in several countries. She was like gathering intel across all the floor episodes, across all the countries, so she would have more topics to study. It was fantastic. Ford said as much as she was entertained watching Warfield throughout this experience, she was equally inspired by her. It's exciting to see her put something on her bucket list and just go after it unequivocally and just do it, despite all the roadblocks that would stop any of us, said Ford, who works with Warfield in her college counseling business as an ACT/SAT tutor.